Hello Apartment Therapy, I'm Tatiana and welcome to my apartment in Paris, France. I live here with my husband, my little boy Amedeo, and our dog. It's a poodle, he's called Chewy. Chewy, calm down. I love palms because they just remind me of tropical landscapes. For me, it's the ultimate dream to live in that kind of place. I'm gonna bring this to Paris and feel like I'm not in Paris when I'm in Paris. I love Paris, but I just wanted to give it an exotic touch, you know? I'm an illustrator and a designer here in Paris, and this year I've launched a collection of 7 rugs with Jaipur rugs, and next year it will be a collection of textiles for upholstery and interiors. This is my entryway. It's quite of a subtle room. It only has white and this bluish color. When you enter on the left, there's a tiny little thing to put your keys. You can open the cupboard. There's the leash for the dogs. There is my rug, also in the same colors. So we have 2 cupboards for shoes and everything. And I painted the top, this kind of dentelle, a wooden work. Just straight in front, there's this bench because it's always easy, even for the kids, to just sit, put their shoes, put your bag when you come in. This is the room that we fell in love with. It's really what made us buy this apartment. So because of the beautiful color and these beautiful wooden panels. But there was a drama just before we bought the place that the old tenants wanted to keep the wooden panels with them, like take them home. And we thought, this is not gonna happen. We have to go back. We have to keep them here. And we finally won, so here we are. So to make a gathering and hosting special according to my way, I tried to start the day before. So I lay the table, I buy the flowers the day before so they also have time to blossom and open. I'm not a person who cooks, so my guests cannot be mesmerized by the cooking, but they can be with the decoration. So I have millions of plates and glasses with colors. So to match the room, I had to also change all these chairs. They were actually brown, very dark brown. So I decided to DIY a bit and I reupholstered with this leopard fabric that I love, that I found on Etsy. And then I painted them in this same gray that you find here and this green to give a bit of color. Even the carpet, everything is very homogeneous. It's like the same color palette. When our child came, like everyone said we'd have to change everything, and I thought, no, this is how I imagined it, and we'll teach them how to respect beautiful things, and you know.
And how's it going?
And it's going okay. We've had some. So this is a beautiful lamp. My son punched this lamp here, but it's still standing. It's still there. See that it's a bit deformed, but it has lived. Like his room is kind of baby-proof. Whatever he does there, nothing's gonna happen. And it's a kind of little room, and it has a lot of storage, and that's basically where we put our clothes. It wasn't that well thought of in the beginning, but I think now it works well. I have a huge trunk in wicker, and basically everything's thrown in there and closed. It gets disorganized all the time, every day. And at night, everything is well put back, and you know, it's easy. It's a huge trunk. So next space that you'll see is this very long and narrow corridor that is very typical from these Haussmannian buildings in Paris. Because it was narrow and dark, I wanted to make it more open and make it more bright. So basically we put on one side mirrors all the way, which gives light and duplicates the other wall, where we put a wallpaper that I designed with nature, animals, beautiful foliage and things like that. So when you walk through, it feels much bigger than what it is. I put light in the ceiling and also on the walls with a very long carpet, 16 meters. Custom carpet that I made with Jaipur rugs. So when we put this wall down, I wanted to have this foliage kind of separation. Yeah, it's wallpaper. And I only wanted them in these wooden panels because they actually existed, but they were white. And I thought they look like windows. You might as well feel like it's a window and look through and see this landscape that is a bit exotic. And it was actually a wedding present from them. So we were very lucky. I thought directly, like, let's put 2 couches back to back so we can have one area here where it's more open, people come straight in and they can sit right away. But if they want to have like a more intimate time or be more cozy, we go the other way. So this built-in library, we found a really nice picture on Pinterest that we loved, and my husband loves to read, so this was his one of the only thing he asked. There is a screen that is built in and you can pull it down, and that's how we watch movies on the TV sometimes. And for the sitting area, I thought it was nice not to have fabric because it would have made too much with the wallpaper I have. So I chose one color, maybe it's a strong color, it's yellow and green, but it doesn't have another pattern on it. So these couches, I bought them for 150 euros both, but I changed the fabric though. And we made them more puffy. I didn't want to change that one because that was my grandmother's bed. She was quite small and she used to have a canopy above the bed that was in the same fabric, and I thought that was so cute. So when she passed away, she gave it to me, and I'm loving it here. I'm not using it as a bed though. I feel it's too precious. These tiger chairs, I saw them in a boutique hotel in Jaipur, and I had a crush and I said, I have to get these. I was thinking I'll find them somewhere, sometime. It will come to me, well, let's see. And one day on Instagram, a friend of mine posted a story and she was selling these 2. So she said, I'll ship them to you from Portugal, which was much easier than India. And they are so heavy. So that's a bit of an issue, but they look amazing, so I don't care. I think it's important to have a couch or 2 or, other seating areas face to face so that people are invited to talk to each other, with at least 1 or 2 tables in the middle to put drinks, even just like a nice candles. And then I always find it's nice to have a bar close by to put everything there. You don't have to run everywhere. I always put on each side of a couch small little tables. I never put light on the ceiling. I feel it's cozier to have a few lights here and there that bring a bit of warmth. And I usually put them on the sides of couches or chairs. I wanted stools. I found them and I thought, these are cool, I'm gonna buy them. So I reupholstered them myself. But I think they're easy to carry, like whenever we're too many here and someone doesn't want to sit on the side, I pull them up here. It's easy to move. It's not like a huge armchair that you're gonna struggle with. So stools are always like an easy thing. But it was actually all white here, so which my husband loved. But I said, no, we need some color here. So he said, I think you're good at what you do, like you love color, pattern, etc. So do whatever you want. But then in our bedroom, I'd just love to keep the walls white so we're not too stressed when we wake up. And I just added a tiny bit of color, but the walls had to be white. I always start with a fabric, and for our room it was this bedspread with embroidered grenades, and that red pink from grenades is beautiful, so I started from that color. There's on the right a collection of frames with birds that have been painted by miniature artists in Jaipur. And behind the bed I actually put some wall scones where I put either flowers with little vases, and then I got a little bit lazy, so I put some little statues and ceramics. I painted everything in that same red just to have something that looked quite cohesive. And this is the ensuite bathroom where I designed the tiles. Actually, there's this website in Paris where you can choose your colors, design, not from scratch, like you won't send them your drawing, but they allow you to put like a stripes like this in another way. And I wanted green, of course, and I thought a nice color that goes with green is terracotta. So, and I put it everywhere, a bit like Moroccan style, where the bathroom is like fully covered with this tile. So this is the second bathroom, and it's quite tiny, but it used to be 2 really tiny rooms separated by a wall. One was a room where they used to put like the Hoover and all these things to clean. It was connected to the kitchen, so we closed that wall. We opened up It was a bit difficult because it was a wall that you couldn't really put down. So that's why I had to have an arch. And that arch, I put it as a memory of these windows that you find in Rajasthani palaces in India. It really has this, maybe Moroccan, but it's actually Indian from Jaipur vibe. And this other room that has been connected was actually a staircase, a tiny, tiny staircase that used to connect the upper floor. So we took that off and we just connected the two rooms and made a bathroom with a bathtub for the kids. So when you walk down on the right, there is like a sort of cupboard that you open. I like the fact that it's a cupboard because it's just cute as if you enter inside, and it's a tiny bathroom for the guests. So you have a sink that I found on Le Bon Coin, which comes in south of France. It's like a fontaine, and I thought it was nice to have something else than a classical sink white in the corner. So it's tiny, but it's a cute space. So this is our kitchen, and I really wanted the kitchen to be a happy place because usually you spend most of your time in your kitchen. That's why we went for the ceiling that represents a ray of sunshine. And the tiles on the kitchen walls and on the floor as well, they represent the trellis, that you find in gardens. Well, breakfast we tend to have it, the three of us, so we sit in the kitchen and we have this banquette that is really cozy. So the guest bedroom is just a double bed. It has like these two paintings that I bought online as rolls, and I actually framed them myself. I did a lot of DIY there. It's not a room where we go a lot or anything because it's a guest bedroom, but it's yellow and it has an Indian bedspread with flowers. But it's quite subtle. Again, it's not the busiest room. For me, a happy home is a place where there is first a lot of love, laughter with good friends, family, and good energy. And a lot of color, of course. What else? Color is life anyways. Without color, nothing happens.